Welcome back to the channel where we cover everything no-code, tech, AI, and automation. In today's video, we're going to show you how to use Wix Studio to set up, manage, host, and record your online events. This is a super powerful tool that allows you to create beautiful event pages and host these events natively on your website in a completely white label way. You can even use this for ticketed or in-person events, complete with a seating map, and online payments at point of sale if you choose. We're going to demo their new AI assistant, which walks you through setting up your event, which takes a lot of the guesswork out of how to configure all the details. Then we'll dive in a little bit further and check out how you can customize your event from everything from the registration settings to the email marketing and SEO settings of your event. This is super cool. If you host any sort of online events, this is a no-brainer. I hope you like this video. If you do, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions about how to get started with Wix events or their new AI assistant, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at setting up our first event. All right, let's go ahead and get going. Just as a recap here, we're going to be taking a look at Wix Studio's event creator and management system, which has got you covered, whether you're holding an online event like a webinar, a smaller, more intimate event like a office hours, or even an in-person ticketed event. You can do all kinds of different things with events in Wix Studio, and it's really powerful. They introduced just recently an AI event creator assistant that really walks you through getting your event set up with Breeze. So we're going to demo that today and show you how events look on Wix Studio and all the things that you can do. Now I've logged into my account, so we're looking at my dashboard here for no code devs. But as we can see, we have one event in the pipeline that we haven't started marketing yet. If we take off this filter, we can also see all of our past events here with the number of guests and what type of event it was, whether it was an online workshop or a webinar, and so on and so forth. So you have this nice repository of your past events, and you can even clone or duplicate your past events if you want to get up to speed quickly with a new event. But today we're going to start from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate up to this blue button that says Add Event. And I'm going to choose this option, Create with AI. And again, this is a brand new feature from Wix Studio. So let's give it a go and see how it works. So as we can see, this assistant is starting up here. And the first thing that it's going to ask us here is if we'd like to create an event that would include ticket sales, or if this is going to be a registration only type of event. So we're going to set this up like we were running a webinar. So we're just going to do an RSVP event and go ahead and click Use. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of creating events, and it really walks you through getting everything set up for you without you having to create the event and type it all in. So here we go. RSVP events are a fantastic way to organize your attendance. Can you provide the name you have chosen for your event, or do you need some suggestions for names? So it can actually help you with names. Let's just say our event name is Building Automations Online. Okay, let's go ahead and try this, see what happens. Okay, it looks like it's working. Okay. Wonderful. Building Automations Online sounds like an exciting event. Can you let me know when you're planning to hold an event? If the specific date and time aren't set yet, a general time frame like next month would be helpful. Let's just say July 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, it's working again and getting the date and time from us here. Would you prefer to move forward with an unspecified location? Let's just say webinar. Thinking again here. Okay, so it actually gives us a bunch of different options here for the title and description. Let's just go ahead and choose the first one. Say, great, let's go with join us for an interactive webinar, Building Automations Online. And I think this will be the last step here in this assistant, which is in beta, I might add. All right, so it's created our event for us, and it actually gives us a link or a button here to go ahead and edit our event, which I'm going to show you some of that right now. So let's go ahead and click edit. And now this is bringing us back into the more sort of traditional event interface manager that we're used to seeing with Wix Studio, which is super powerful on its own. So we have a couple of things here. As we can see, it created our event, date and time. The location is to be determined. It's an RSVP event. We can review some of the settings here. So I won't go into all of this in detail, but super powerful. They can register right through our website. There's a widget on a website that allows people to register. It's open after we publish, unlimited guests, site visitors, Now, you can also custom the registration messages to thank you and to close registration message, any policies, any email alerts, the confirmation email, reminder email. You can change the text of the email. You can change the time frame of when they'll be sent. You can do all of that here in this settings tab. In terms of overview here, we can again see our event details. We can edit the details. We can add an image for our event. We can customize the teaser. We can choose whether this is a single event, a recurrent event, or to be decided. We can show the event time and time zone, which I think is helpful. Since it's to be decided, we want to actually change this to online, and we will type in webinar here. And we actually have the description here that the AI assistant helped us with. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll leave the image blank, but just know you can upload an image. I'm going to go ahead and click save. Moving on here to the settings, this is what we just looked at. So this is where you can change all the email settings and registration messages. In terms of features here, there's really something that's most important, and it's the video conferencing part of this webinar. Since we're doing a webinar, we want to choose how it's going to be hosted. So we have a couple different options. We can hit set up video conferencing, and the two options we have are Wix Live Video, which is exactly what it says it is. It's white label Zoom right on your website. This is actually what we use for our events. It's fully branded on our website. You manage everything in the Wix dashboard. Super easy to use. Again, it's white labeled, so it's really nice. People attending the event only see your brand, but if you don't want to do that, you can also choose Zoom. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Wix Live Video. And you can then have two options. You can have a webinar with up to 250 people that can watch, or a meeting with 25 participants that can join with their camera and share their screen. So that's the big distinction here, besides the number of people, is in the webinar, nobody can share their camera or their screen. They can only react in the chat, but in a meeting, people can share their screen and their camera. So just to know, if you're doing webinars, live events with Wix Studio, these are the two options for you. So we'll just go ahead and choose webinar and go ahead and click save. But it is important if you're doing an online event to choose one of those options. In terms of promotion, you can do a lot here right within Wix Studio. You can send invitations, you can create a link in bio, you can do your advertising, you create a promo video, post on social media, and optimize the event for SEO on Google. We're not going to dive into too many of those settings. They're pretty self-explanatory, but know that they're all here. And once you have registrations, you'll be able to manage your guest list directly here in this tab. We can go ahead and preview what our event would look like. This is going to be, again, live on our site. Whatever your site is, it'll actually put this all on your site for you and build the event page for you automatically. And it will build it in both desktop and mobile view. They both look great, and it'll match the styles on your page. So let's go ahead and get out of the preview. Now, a couple other things that are important to note. Once your event is live, you do have the option with Wix Studio's live streaming to record the event. So you can record the event there, or if you use Zoom, of course, you can record the event there, and then you can email out the event recording after it takes place. Also, the event page on your website will not only show all the current events that are available for registration, but it will show all the past events. And I can show you an example here on the No Code Devs webpage. If we go to our events tab, we can see that we have one event here that's upcoming, which is create your own AI assistant, but then you can see all of our past events as well. And Wix Studio handles this all for us. So we have this really nice events page built on our website that's fully integrated with Wix Studio. Coming back here, I just want to show you one other thing that I think is important, which is your registration form. So you can actually customize your registration form. You can choose whether they can RSVP no, if you would like. You can change the title of the form, and then you can change what information you may need to get from your participant. So first name, last name, email. But if you had like a specific question that you wanted to ask to maybe prompt a discussion during the webinar, you could certainly add that in here, or anything that you might like. Also, you can change the call to action button on the text. So really, from beginning to end, you can customize every part of your event and registration here in Wix Studio. If we go back to the events tab, just one other thing I want to show. They do have guests can tap to pay for in-person events. You can create a seating map. If you have in-person events, you can manage your event on the go very easily with the Wix Owner app, which is quite nice. You can see all the registrations, you can send emails, all that kind of stuff in the Wix Owner app. So it's super, super powerful. You can actually test this out in Wix Studio without having a paid account. You can just create a website and set up an event and see how everything works. So I encourage you to do that. Events are super powerful with Wix Studio. We've held lots of events through No Code Devs. Haven't had any issues, so I'd highly encourage you to check it out. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any other videos like this one. Thanks so much.